Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm going to be explaining the Tomlinson model. So basically, it's a diagram, a visual representation that outlines the key factors to differentiating instruction. So this chart helps teachers remember the different steps in order to meet the needs of their students. So at the top of the chart, there's the word mindset, and that refers to the teacher's belief that all of their students have the ability to meet their goals through personalized learning strategies. So in this diagram, there are 5 principles of differentiating instruction. So the first principle is the learning environment, and that's where teachers can provide a safe and comfortable space with the appropriate materials, resources, accommodations, maybe giving students choice so students feel that they have a sense of control over their learning. So being able to differentiate the environment based on their students' needs. And then the next principle is quality curriculum. So curriculum should be beneficial to students' learning. Students should be challenged, they should be engaged, and the content that's being taught should reflect the objectives. An assessment to inform. Assessment should also reflect students' learning goals. Address differences. Students have different abilities. They come from different backgrounds, they have different learning profiles. So it's important that we recognize and know our students before we teach them. And then the 5th principle is managing a differentiated instruction classroom. Students may be working on different skills. They have different learning styles. So it's important that we are able to manage that classroom when they're working on, maybe different activities based on their readiness or learning style and their abilities. And then next on the Tomlinson model, it says different teachers differentiate through, and there are 4 different ways or different areas where teachers can differentiate. So the content, the process, the product, and effect. So teachers can differentiate their content by modifying the information that's being taught, depending on students' readiness or students' background experiences. And then the process, teachers can differentiate activities that students will engage in. So some of these activities can reflect students' preferred learning styles. And then teachers can differentiate the product. Students can demonstrate their understanding in a variety of ways. Maybe it's a verbal assessment, maybe it's project-based learning, or a written report. So depending on their learning style. And then the effect, incorporating students' interests in the learning process and creating a positive, supportive, and inclusive environment. And then the final portion of the model shows how teachers can differentiate based on students' readiness, interest, and learning profile. So students' readiness refers to the students' current knowledge and skills, and support and modifications may be needed to access new material. And then students' interests means that teachers will tailor the instruction to incorporate their students' favorite activities so that they stay motivated and engaged. Providing choice is a great way to keep students interested, so they have an opportunity to be a part of their own learning. And then learning profile means that teachers tailor the instruction to meet the students' preferred learning styles and preferences in the classroom. So this could involve providing a variety of different activities such as tactile activities or auditory activities, kinesthetic learning, visual learning, depending on the student's preferred learning style. So overall, this model really reminds teachers how important it is to know their learners so that they can reach their full potential. So the main purpose of the framework helps teachers meet the needs of their students and their learners by differentiating the content, product, and process and product, and or effect. Teachers may not be able to differentiate all of these principles, but it's important to keep them all in mind. And you differentiate based on the student's readiness, interests, and learning profile.